Top 10 PC Games 2014, quarters 1 through 2. Number 10 is Shovel Knight. After seeing all the talk about this game online, I just had to try it out for myself, and I love this game. Talk about modern day retro. It was released for PC on June 26, 2014 by Yacht Club Games as a Kickstarter project that they finally got off the ground, and I'd say it's similar to Mario, Donkey Kong, Mega Man, and all those other nostalgic retro games you all know and love. Shovel Knight is a sweeping classic action-adventure game with awesome gameplay, memorable characters, and an 8-bit retro aesthetic. It's a hot mashup of new and old. You play as the eponymous Shovel Knight, a small knight with a huge quest. Shovel Knight has come to this land with two goals: to defeat the evil enchantress and quest for his lost beloved. He wields a shovel blade, a multi-purpose weapon whose techniques have now been lost to the ages. Always honest and helpful, Shovel Knight is a shining example of the cult of chivalry, whatever that means, but slash mercilessly and dig tirelessly. People love Shovel Knight for its challenging levels and retro style aesthetics. And if you grew up in the 90s, then it'll really bring you back to those days when you felt like throwing the controller at the TV because you jumped too far and Mario fell off the platform and it was your last life. So if you love games with great platforming, beautiful art, infectious music, crazy bosses, humor, and a bit of nostalgia, Shovel Knight is definitely for you. Number 9. Marvel Heroes 2015. This is a game that got a lot of attention after being touted that it was going to be a subpar game. Released for PC on June 4th, 2014 by Gazillion Entertainment, it's a free-to-play action MMO ARPG, which is action RPG. You can team up or play solo, which is great. Randomly generated environments add dynamic appeal as well. That's not something that you see very often. And you can customize your character. Marvel Heroes is a free-to-play action massive multiplayer online game created by David Brevik, the guy behind Diablo and Diablo 2. Set in the Marvel Universe, Marvel Heroes combines the core gameplay style of action RPGs and MMOs with the expansive library of heroes from the Marvel Universe. In the game, you can collect and play as Marvel superheroes, including Iron Man, Thor, Wolverine, Hulk, Spider-Man, Captain America, and many others. Team up and try to stop Doctor Doom from devastating the world with the power of the Cosmic Cube in a story written by Marvel comic super scribe Brian Michael. You have to check out Marvel Heroes 2015. You might be surprised. Number 8. Distant Worlds Universe. One of my favorite space strategy games, released for PC on May 23, 2014, developed by Codeforce and published by Slitherine. Distant Worlds is a simulation strategy with 54 achievements and a Metascore of 81 on Steam, which is pretty damn good if you ask me. Distant Worlds is a vast, possible real-time 4X space strategy game. Experience the depth and detail of turn-based strategy, but with the simplicity and ease of real-time, and on the scale of a massively multiplayer online game. Vast galaxies are made to order, up to 1,400 star systems with up to 50,000 planets, moons, and asteroids. Galaxies are so deep, fun, and immersive that you won't want to finish the game. Best of all, you can play the game whatever way you want. Play a quick, intense game in a crowded sector of space, or take your time in a game spread across a vast galaxy. If you're into space strategy games, or even if you're not, you have to check this one out. It's a blast and will seriously suck you in, so pack a breakfast, lunch, and dinner for 3 days and drink lots of caffeine. Number 7. Diablo 3, Reaper of Souls.
And you should all run. Malthael.
Now this is a seriously awesome game. Released for PC on March 25, 2014 by Blizzard Entertainment in partnership with Square Enix, it's an action role-playing game. Diablo 3 is the interior of the Diablo 2 legacy, and Blizzard has added even more elements to the game to keep building on their vision for the world of Sanctuary. Your skills and powers are controlled by runes which change elemental damage types, accuracy, and area effect, adding debilitating effects like slow and stun, and altering the nature and appearance of your abilities. Then there are followers. They're similar to henchmen from Diablo 2 in that they can be outfitted with relevant arms and armor, but they're upgradable with their own skills, allowing you to customize how they fight and what passive benefits they convey. As you meet people, craftsmen will sign on to travel with you. These artisans are capable of putting the materials you will find in the wilderness or salvaged from unneeded items to good use, creating customized suits of armor or combining gems to unlock their powers.
Strengthen allies, granting them additional battle prowess by pronouncing the sacred laws of Zakaru.
Diablo 3 has 6 classes, improved controls, awesome free-for-all PvP, lots of achievements to whore out, and a progressive style of difficulty which adds to the replayability. You'll have a different experience on advanced difficulty modes than you would on normal. Diablo 3 is a fantastic game, so go crush the Crusader with impenetrable armor in Reaper of Souls.
No one can stop death.
Number 6, The Walking Dead, Season 2, Episode 3, In Harm's Way.
You about done over there?
Yeah, 1 second. Thanks for coming with me. It's scary out here. I know they made you...
Another thrilling episode in the Walking Dead series. It was released for PC on May 13th, 2014 by Telltale Games. Episode 3, In Harm's Way, is another excellent episode of The Walking Dead with superb characters, terrific writing by Pierre Charette, memorable scenes, and a bleak story. If you haven't played The Walking Dead Season 2 already, what the hell are you doing? Go grab the game and get caught up, and please don't let the TV series deter you. It's a completely different animal. Go check it out.
Look, Bill's had it out for me ever since I helped those guys escape, so I gotta concentrate on my work. That was awkward. I won't do that again. I'm gonna go work now.
Number 5, Watch Dogs.
Ah, you're kidding me. Let's clean this mess up. Stop admiring your work.
Hey, that's cute and all, but I'm disappointed, Pierce. I mean, you failed to spot the nasty inter-gang drama I'm creating here.
I don't like loose ends. Let's get him out of here.
No, too late. Bottom of the 8th. Chicago's ahead. Game's almost over. We are out of time.
Grand Theft Auto, anybody? Not likely. Released for PC on May 27, 2014 by Ubisoft, an action-adventure game. In Watch Dogs, the system you use is called the Central Operating System, or CTOS, and it controls almost every piece of the city's technology and holds key information on all of the city's residents. You play as Aiden Pierce, a hacker and former thug, whose criminal past led to a violent family tragedy. Now on the hunt for those who hurt your family, you'll be able to monitor and hack all who surround you by manipulating everything connected to the city's network. Access omnipresent security cameras, download personal information to locate a target, control traffic lights and public transportation to stop the enemy. Watch Dogs didn't necessarily live up to the hype, but it's still a terrific game. It has sort of a Grand Theft Auto feel to it, but all in all, it's its own game. I recommend you check it out and form your own opinion. It is one of those games you have to play at least once. Be careful though if you use an AMD GPU, as the game doesn't seem to run on all cylinders even after all the driver updates. In any case, go check out Watch Dogs. Number 4, Wolfenstein: The New Order. Lauded as a solid title, Wolfenstein is a game that has to fit your taste because it lacks originality. Released for PC on May 20th, 2014, developed by Machine Games and published by Bethesda Softworks, it's a first-person shooter that's intense, cinematic, and rendered in stunning detail with ID Software's ID Tech 5 engine. Wolfenstein sends players across Europe on a personal mission to bring down the Nazi war machine. With the help of a small group of resistance fighters, infiltrate their most heavily guarded facilities, battle high-tech Nazi legions, and take control of superweapons that have conquered the Earth.
I didn't see him coming. That's up to you now, Blazkowicz. Get to the...
Although it lacks creative levels, if FPSs are your bag, then you're likely to love Wolfenstein for what it does give you. Don't get me wrong, it's a beautiful game, but that's about as far as it goes. It's just another linear FPS game and I'm not a fan, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't check it out as everyone else seems to enjoy it.
Hospital? No, an insane asylum. She's the head nurse. That's her father, Shrink, and her mother, some type of pharmacist. They run the place, I reckon. Sometimes Christmas, sometimes birthdays, and sometimes Nazis come.
Number 3, The Wolf Among Us, Episode 5.
I'm looking for the woodsman.
Well, he's not here.
Holly, you're out of paper towels and they're gonna string me up. You said it looks fucking bad. It looks really bad.
A game with a nice art style and terrific storytelling. Released for PC on July 8, 2014 by Telltale Games as a graphic adventure. This is another tantalizing installment in the Wolf Among Us series, and the synopsis goes like this. Following a bloody trail of murder and corruption, Bigby Wolf confronts a powerful enemy, a dark force that has been feeding on the desperation of Fabletown, seedy underbelly. But when hidden truths are revealed, you must decide exactly what justice means in the gripping season finale of The Wolf Among Us. Telltale Games seems to get it right when it comes to adventure games, and Pierre Charette is an excellent storyteller for games. I'm looking forward to seeing what else they come up with. If you like games with famed storytelling, comic-style artwork, and where your decisions affect the gameplay, then you have to try The Wolf Among Us. If you've already gone through the other episodes, then Episode 5, Cry Wolf, will not disappoint. Number 2, Divinity, Original Sin. One of the best RPG adventure games to be released in recent memory. Released for PC on June 30th, 2014 by Larian Studios, you take on the role of a young source hunter. Your job is to rid the world of those tyrannical magicians. It takes you back to the roots of RPG games with its gameplay. It's a game that gives you a lot of freedom and plenty of gameplay mechanics to use or abuse. The game's story may drive you toward your ultimate end goal, but how you get there is entirely up to you. Adversely to single player, it can be played completely cooperatively and features both online and local drop-in drop-out multiplayer. This is an awesome feature. Divinity Original Sin was a Kickstarter campaign that eventually got funded, and the developers didn't let the backers down when they created a game that knocked RPG lovers out of their shoes. This is a game that I would recommend to anyone as a must try. It certainly deserves its spot as number 2 in our list. Go check it out and come back to tell me how awesome it is. Number 1, Dark Souls 2.
Your future, your very light. None will have meaning, and you won't even care. By then, you'll be something other than human. A thing that feeds on souls, a hollow. Long ago, in a walled-off land far to the north. A great king built a great kingdom. I believe they called it Drang Lake. Perhaps you're familiar. No, how could you be? But one day, you will stand before its decrepit gate without really knowing why.
And finally is the game that claims to be the most difficult game on the planet. Released by Namco and From Software on April 24, 2014, Dark Souls 2 is a game that no casual or hardcore gamer should go without experiencing. Dark Souls 2 is an incredible challenge, that's no doubt, with intense emotional award. Every kill is satisfaction and a breath of fresh air. This is the sequel to the 2011 breakout game Dark Souls. It was a unique, old-school action RPG that captivated gamers everywhere, including myself. Now Dark Souls 2 brings its renowned obscurity and gripping gameplay to both single and multiplayer experiences. This has really pushed it over the top. If you're prepared to die over and over and over again, but want the fulfillment of finally killing that one boss you can't get past, then Dark Souls 2 is for you. If you like epic stories, intense graphics, cooperative and competitive multiplayer, or if you just like games in general, then Dark Souls is probably for you too. Go check out Dark Souls 2. Better yet, go play the first game if you haven't done so yet. Enough said.